Good morning and welcome to Monday. I've spent the last week putting this together, so I'm doing a little video this morning about how it works. So what we're going to be discussing is an OBS theme setup using scenes and sources to be able to do social media video for Twitter. So something like this. I did one this morning. I'm going to be using it a lot more. You have an intro that plays with a little bit of audio in the background. Then you have the main scene, which is the title at the top, the name. You can change that. A QR code so somebody can scan that. So in this instance, it takes you to Steam Glider, and then some text on the side to describe like the update or what's happening. I wanted an easier way to be able to document all the updates and changes happening to Steam Glider as a little video. Now, when you've finished doing this block, in this version it's just straight to camera, but you could just be showing your screen and demoing that and having you in the corner. This is just version 1 of the pack. Once you've done your second scene, then the end bit is just like a outro that you run, which is a little animation that I've done, and then it puts the URL. So you can find this in Steem Glider, steemglider.app. If you click on the burger item, the menus at the top, I've created a little digital store. And the reason why I've done this is that a lot of people were banging on about, oh, we need to bring money to business and money to the Steem blockchain. And so I thought, well, why not sell the stuff that I normally do elsewhere for Steem? So if you can't pay in fiat, then just pay in the Steem, and then we can do the transaction that way. So I started putting all the different things in there that we work on. So for instance, we have this landing page business, me and Dale. Dale's been making a lot of these themes. I made a bunch of these themes as well. And for instance, this is a landing page business with like nearly 20 niche themes. So as long as you've got a Card Pro account, you can buy this pack, lifetime access to this pack, and you get all of these themes, and you can go out and make your own little side hustle landing page business with that. Now on here, you can either buy with fiat, $97, or at the bottom, like it says, cheaper if you buy with Steem. So this pack for 700 Steem, that's $5 cheaper. So I think incentivizing people to pay in Steem rather than fiat and giving them a discount, I think is a smart move. So I put the newest one in there, the OBS pack. This is what it looks like, and I'll get into OBS in a little bit of actually breaking down all the work as to what's gone on with it. But it's a very clean, I think very easy to use pack once you understand how it all hangs together. And you can build on top of this, so you can add more stuff to it. At the minute, we've got 7 dApps in there, but we could just like cover all of the different Steem blockchain dApps in there. And if everybody was making their own custom Steem videos every day, putting them onto YouTube, putting them onto Twitter, putting them onto Pinterest, then I think we'd get a little bit of exposure and audience development from that. So you just have to swipe on this to go left and right. I've made one for Steem Glider, one for Steem itself, one for DTube, one for Steem Hunt, one for Review Hunt. Even with the totals at the bottom, they're not, you have to update those manually, but it's quite easy to do. One for Vim and one for Steem Monsters. And again, same process. You can buy with fiat, or you can even go through to the link here which shows it on Gumroad. So I've actually got it listed on Gumroad as well for $39. And then if people want me to do a one-to-one video chat with them to set it up, then they can select that with that for $89. So an extra $50 for me to sit with you one-to-one on video to help you set the thing up. But super simple. It means that I can sell stuff through Steem Glider, and eventually I want to put this service as well of building out these apps onto Fiverr or Upwork, so everybody else can have their own custom one. It'd be brilliant to have a custom one for each dApp. All right, so let me get into the OBS layout of how all of this works. Let me bring up also the folder structure, and let me bring up OBS, and let me get rid of this. So we'll close this out. All right, so you'll notice first of all that the layout is 4:3, so 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels. I've done this on purpose because it will work on Instagram and Twitter and anywhere else you can think of 4:3. I don't know why, but I kind of attracted to the 4:3 perspective. I will be doing a 16:9, so long rather than square. And I'll be doing one for streaming as well. So if you want to do some live streaming, for instance, and want to promote Steem, then as soon as I can afford new kit to be able to do that, I want to get my Steem not glider. Yeah, Steemcasting project off the ground once I have the money for the box to do that. All right, so simply It's took me a week because there's a lot of moving parts to it, but actually all you really need to care about is these three sections at the top. So on the left hand side here where you've got scenes, you've got a start section, a system section, a master section, play intro. These are all different areas that I've put everything into categories. But all you really need to care about is 1, 2, 3. So on the keyboard you've got hotkeys. If you want to suddenly start recording a video, you can click on start recording, press key 1, that will kick off the intro. You don't hear the audio, but in the background it's playing. Then I can open up number 2, just pressing the keys on the keyboard. I can go in and change these text beforehand so they're all ready to go, and then I can stop the end scene with number 3. Now, if I want to do a different DAP, I just have to go on to each one of these. Let's do one for review hunt. So I just have to select review hunt, untick that one, review hunt, untick that one, and then start at the beginning. So we just start again. So I can record them back to back to back. So if I have something to update about review hunt, I can just fire off the intro. The intro plays with the audio. Then I go straight into the DAP, and then I can press number 3, and that will play my outro. Now all I have to do is start recording locally on OBS, and then I upload that as Twitter. So maybe I want to do one for Steam Monsters. So let's do one for Steam Monsters. Let's turn on the Steam Monsters layer, and then we just start at the beginning, and we press 1 again. We get the Steam Monsters logo animation at the beginning. Then we get into the Steam Monsters frame and layout. And then once you've talked about Steam Monsters and the thing that is updated or changed, at some point maybe you'll flick to another screen do a demo inside the browser, and then you can just finish it off by running the animation, the outro animation at the end, and then you just upload these recordings. So it's very simple really. How I've done it is that I've included each one of these layers below as sources. So that's a real powerful part of OBS, is that you can combine a scene as a source. So I've created these masters, which are the master files for each one, and inside of each one of these you've got the QR code, the top header, the background animations, the text, everything that you can go in there and edit if you need to edit. And then I've also got just the camera and mic, so that's reused throughout all of the sections. So it's been a lot of work, but it's been worth it. I've got all the intros in one section as well, so that you can just include those as a scene source. So if you make any changes, for instance the intro, then that will work everywhere else. You pretty much don't need to go looking through all of this, but I threw it in here anyway. I've also created in the assets section all the logos, the palette colors for each one, so that if you quickly need to remake some new graphics, that you can go in there and just select the colors and make your own things and just add them in. But I just wanted to create a base so that people who wanted to make their own videos could just quickly make little social media videos discussing their favorite project, favorite DAP. On the right here is the folder structure. So what you get in the pack is that you get this folder structure, and then you get a import tool. So you import the profile and the scene collection, and this is basically the scenes and sources. And then there's one other thing you have to do, is that you have to change all of the locations inside of each one of these. But I'm going to do a video after I've done this video about how you do that. You have to do that because unfortunately with OBS it's very strict about file locations, so my file structure will be different to yours. I was thinking about putting it on the desktop, and because everybody's desktop's the same, but your username will probably be different to get to that desktop. So that's a little bit of an awkward thing. It's not as drag and drop as I wish it was. You can't just package everything together inside of OBS, or at least I've not found a way of doing that. Maybe there is. If there is, do get in touch and let me know, because it would save a lot of hassle for me. But more than just the scenes and sources, I've bundled together a whole bunch of stuff which I think adds more value. So there is a folder full of social media flat icons. So there's a whole bunch of icons. These have been made by Dalio for different services. So if you want to do shout outs to your social media, you can do that there. I've also added in some VSTs, which are like add-ons to the audio layer to improve the audio quality. So setting up your equalizer, things like that. I've included some royalty-free music. There is some animated backgrounds in here. These are all the animated backgrounds that you can use. Some of them have got soundtracks on, but you can just remove the audio like I've done here on the bottom. Let me just go into here, Steem Glider intro, go onto here, close file. I want that to loop. Just noticed a bug. I'm fixing bugs live. Then I've got all the DApp logos, so you don't need to go hunting for them. I've actually like created a little folder with the colors of each one of the palette colors of that logo. All the DTube logos or everything is in one place, and a bunch of fonts, all the intros in here. I've even converted it into WebM format, so they're really small. You know, here's all the little keynote animations that I made inside, so you can just use those. I've also included the keynote, so you can edit those end animations if you want to. Also outros, promotional stuff in terms of like the layout. So I'm going to fill out this folder with things that you can use to promote it, like you can make a blog post about it and stuff. QR codes, so every one of them that has a QR code, they're referral codes for DTube, Review Hunt, Steem Glider, etc. Sound effects, so sound effects of when things are finishing, like this one is the sound effect that I use on the intros, and nothing in the videos yet. I don't know what I'm probably just going to get rid of that because it doesn't need to be there. So yeah, this has taken me like 4 or 5 days, but it's now nice and neat. The layout is better than it's ever been. OBS is not crashing every 5 minutes. I will say this though, if you upgraded to Mac OS Catalina, there is a fix file because the normal OBS doesn't work properly. It's called Fix 2, and it doesn't have all of the sources available right now, so you can't capture like the desktop and a variety of other things as well. Why does this Steem Glider thing keep finishing? I need to fix this. Let's fix this live while we're doing this. I think there is a bug in the end of this file, so I'm going to dig that out, fix that, and push the new version up to Gumroad. Hope you like this. If you're interested in doing any social video for your Twitter accounts or promotion, grab this pack, mash it up in whatever way you want, and I can even do a one-to-one video chat with you if you want any help setting it up, or you want to do some custom stuff in OBS for doing some promotion for the Steem blockchain. All right, I'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye.